It is clear in this generation that 90% of women don't even know their role in a family. If the husband is the head, what do you think your position is? As the woman, you are supposed to be the neck that supports the head. The head has many functions. The sixth sense organ is, connected to the head. But then what does the neck do? The neck supports. You as a woman is supposed to uphold your husband in the place of prayer. The man is out there, waging war against poverty, waging war against hunger, making sure that the family has something to eat, has money to take the children to school, pay rent and all that, to even take care of you being the woman. And all you can do is to sit at home and make up, and then the next thing you're looking for a friend's house to go. You are getting it wrong, because you don't know what men face out there. Always stand in the gap for the man. Primary assignment you have to support the man. But if you don't have prayer inside you, if you were not taught prayer, if you don't have it, you don't have it. You can't learn it. That is why when you see men trying to say, okay, this is what I want from a woman, this is what I want in a woman I want to get married to, you think guys are joking. People are becoming wiser. People are now getting to understand what life really is all about. You see men like Pastor Enoch Adeboye, one of the fathers of faith, telling you he fasts for 40 days every year. As established as he is, you think it's a joke? Do you know the kind of woman he has around him? You see how powerful that ministry is. It is because the woman knows her place and does what she's supposed to do. Holding the man in the place of prayer when temptation comes, the Spirit of God will raise a standard against them. I don't know if you're getting this. I'm trying to, anybody that comes to my maybe my live or my program, and all what you are seeing is what you will criticize, I think you have a very small brain. Your mind is small. I want you to learn. That's why I'm saying most of the things I'm saying. There's a movement now from Ebuka songs. I will pray if I don't pray. Satan, for one's life to become a mess. But don't get to that point where you become a mess. You can be a mess spiritually. I hope you know that. Prayer will help you to make sure that you don't get to that place. It's not all about protection. It's also about keeping the fire alive. At a point, you become a threat to the kingdom of darkness. Have you not seen men that at the mention of their name, some kingdoms will say, don't mention that name here? Because these men have sacrificed and prayed and pushed and fasted into some certain levels in the realms of the spirit. The spiritual controls the physical. Whatever has been marked in the spiritual to happen will happen here. It takes only a spiritual turnaround to turn that thing back. So if you understand my point this morning, you should give yourself more over to prayers. The kind of news we hear every day. Some people, it's only when they are being faced with evil that they remember to call God. When everything is fine, they don't call on God. When they are in an aircraft and then there's turbulence and it's about to crash, that's when they will start shouting, Jesus, God, Muhammad, this one, that one. Everybody starts calling what they believe in. But when they are drinking and dining and whining and making money, they will not remember. Did your Bible not tell you that men ought to pray and not to faint? Pray without ceasing. It is a vital part of life. It generates energy. It keeps your life on balance. Make sure that every day you invest prayer in your life. The same way you work out, the same way you go out to run, the same way you press up, the same way you go through your books. If there is one thing you cannot do without, it is prayer. Prayer is like fuel. Your car needs fuel. Your generator needs fuel. Everything workable needs fuel to work. And the moment there is no feel, most of those things stop working. That's how prayer is to your life. Don't neglect prayer. Even when you are weak, make sure that you say words of prayers. It will really help you and help people around you and help you not to become a mediocrity in this life. When there is a shift in balance, it is prayer that you use to bring it back. Power is inside you. Healing is inside you. Financial breakthrough is inside you. Progress, success. The very essential job that prayer does is to maximize those things. One, to put them in motion. Two, to reveal them. Three, you don't generate these things through prayer. You don't pray yourself into a level that you are not designed to be. You don't pray yourself into that level. That level has been designed for you. It is a path you are going to meet. But just like Apostle Paul said that a great door of effectuals are open to me, but there are many adversaries. When there is adversity, what do? You pray yourself out. You pray your way out. You pray your way through. One advice to men as the head of the family: to build the spiritual capacity that you want to protect your environment, to protect your family, your household, and all that. Make sure to assign angels to all departments of your family. I go as far as assigning angels even down to the properties in my house, down to my phone, because I know how hard it was for me to acquire these things. So I assign spirits to everything. If my phone there falls to the ground, the angel that is in charge of that phone will have to answer for it. Why will you let it fall? Is there nothing you would have done if this phone, the screen just breaks and all that? Don't you know it comes with a cost? And hereby the spirit of waste has been activated by drawing out money from my hands for unnecessary expenses. So there need to be an angel in charge of that part. There need to be an angel in charge of clothing. There need to be an angel. There are angels doing nothing in heaven. Call your father and tell him to assign you angels. You bring them down. Everything is not juju and going to. This is lack of knowledge that makes some people indulge in such things. My people perish because they lack knowledge. Do you know knowledge itself is a spirit? Activate these things through prayer. Prayer is a medium of communication with the realms of the spirit. The moment you fail on that side, this side of the world, you're finished. I told you in one of my videos that if you are spiritually sound and wise, you can wield evil to your advantage. In the place, Psalm 109, where that's the prayer of David, that he said, set Satan at their right hand. That means you can actually tell God to assign Satan to do something. So you can actually assign angels to do something. But my people read without understanding. Going deep into the spiritual things is not about reading the Bible. Some read without understanding. If you let God take you through, the first step is yielding to prayer. It's a process. We had a story of a young boy that came into a restaurant and pretended to be someone that wants a job. He's looking for a job, and then the people accepted him. They accepted him in service. Little did they know that this guy had an ulterior motive. If you are prayerful, you see the way I see things are different sometimes. If you are prayerful as a person, the Spirit of God will give you the sign. But it's emptiness everywhere that is causing all these things. And then this guy, not up to 1 month that he started working there, went upstairs in a restaurant, used machetes to start macheting an old man. Probably they've told this guy that he should bring somebody for ritual or this or that. Then he pretended to work there. Or probably someone has bought him over with some amount of money to do that job. And he pretended to be someone that is working there. So he can gather information very well and strike. Why is there so much emptiness? Everybody is rushing out, and Satan has actually put frustration in the life of people. In Lagos, people have woken up by 4 o'clock. Everybody is rushing. Everybody is rushing to do one or two things, to beat traffic, to do this, to do that. Where is the time you have to pray? That's the frustration that has been shot into the air. And yet every day people are trooping into Lagos. People that have not been to Lagos before, they must go to Lagos before they die. If not, they didn't live in this life. Whereas people are in other locations making good money. Lagos kills 50% of some people's spiritual life, but they don't know. The prayer you pray in the bus when you are hearing Oshodi, this, that, Legba, this, that. Can you pray there? Can you even open a portal in the realms of the spirit, access heaven? So some of these things we are making mention of here, you need to pay attention to them. You need to pay attention to them. Stir up your spiritual life. Take it gradually. It is not something you start in one day. If you've not been doing this before, don't just start it in one day. You will get frustrated at the long run. You can start with 6 to 12, 6 to 3, 6 to 6, 1 day dry fasting, 2 days dry fasting. You rest for a while, you do this, do that. Rest for a while before you do 3 days, 7 days. There's 5 days, there's all kinds of fasting, but make sure you are keeping the fire alive. Stir up the spirit and keep the fire alive. It is going to help you. I just want to encourage you one more time, and I believe that the Spirit of God is going to make himself manifest in your life. In as much as you listen to this, you will be blessed, you will be highly favored, and may God himself ignite the fire of prayer inside you. Listen to these things that you may stay alive. The words I speak to you, they are spirit and they are life. One word is enough for the wise.